guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi. I always forget that there's so many new people coming to my channel. So my name is Angela. I do a lot of embroidery. We do some vinyl. We just do a lot of everything on this channel. We do a lot of business, Etsy tips. There's a lot of that on this channel, so stay tuned. And if you're new, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications by hitting the bell button you see next to the subscribe button. And if you are not getting notified of my lives, for some reason, I get that comment quite a few times, unhit the little notification button and hit it again. That way, I guess it's up to date. Maybe that'll work. So in this video, we're going to be making some Carhartt jackets. If you're not familiar with Carhartt jackets, they're huge, thick jackets, but it's getting into cold times, October 1st now, and they are so popular, especially with embroidery. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. So this is, a lot of people don't like embroidering Carhartt jackets because they are so thick and super hard to embroider, because trying to hoop these is almost a nightmare. But I do have mighty hoops, which helps a ton. So I kid you not, this is like an abominable snowman, whatever, you know what I mean, abominable snowman jacket. Like, it's super thick, it's super hard, but they're super warm, and in the inside it's like even hard to unzip. There's a lot of lining inside this jacket. Obviously, it'll keep men warm. So they do have women jackets as well. So that is what we're going to be embroidering in this video. So right off the bat, you need a mighty hoop. I mean, you don't need one, but your life will be made so much easier if you have a mighty hoop. So for this video, I'll be using the 13 by 11 mighty hoop, and I am going to be using some spring clamps. I got these from Lowe's. They're only $2.38. So I'm using these to hold the hoop together because, like I said, these jackets are so thick. When using normal hoops, I've heard of nightmares of it popping off the hoop. Obviously, no, we do not want that to happen. So we are using the Melco EMT16X embroidery machine. And if you would like to purchase a Melco EMT16X embroidery machine, you can contact Todd Eggersman. His contact information is down below in the description. You will get the Angela Jasmina YouTuber price if you speak with him. And you must speak with him to get that price, not anybody else. So go ahead and reach out to Todd. I will get a commission if you do mention me, so please do that. I'd appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it. Spring clamps, mighty hoop. What else do we need? On this mighty hoop, I did mark the center point, which is on this side of the tape, so that I can hoop these easier, because they're hard to hoop. There is a mighty hooping station you can use. I don't have the adult attachment for it to be able to hold this hoop. Otherwise, that's what I would be using. So I don't have that, but I'll be doing it the old-fashioned way, is what I'll call it. But I think I can get pretty innovative in how we're gonna hoop this. So this is kind of gonna be like a tutorial-ish type video. Another reason I chose to do the Melco, guys, I just realized, why is this clamp's not even? What the hell? Oh, maybe it's just this. It is just that. Okay, never mind. A cool feature that I did not even know the Melco had, so shout out to Mike Doe from Melco. He walked me through a little bit on how we should do the Carhartt jackets, because I've never made one before. And I see a lot of people in the For the Love of Melco embroidery group that make them all the time with the Melcos. Hold on, don't want to clip my fingers on the mighty hoop. In the back of the Melco, right here, there's like it's kind of like a snowplow type thing. This is where you can put your garment. You know, like when you hoop a garment and there's not a lot of space. And say, for instance, on my brother machine, if you hoop something and you can't stuff it back there because it'll mess up the shirt. It can rub against and it can rip it on the jacket, I mean, or anything that's pretty much bigger. You need to be careful. So there's no space for it, but on the Melco machines, it's actually a little cubby, like a snowplow. You know, when you plow and the snow goes in, that you tuck everything into to make sure that you don't sew over. It doesn't sew, like you don't sew it to itself, if that makes sense. You guys will see what I mean later. So yeah, so if you would like to purchase one, go ahead and contact Todd Eggersman down below. So I'm having issues with my camera focusing, so I'm sorry if it unfocuses a lot. I think it's because I move my hands around a lot, so I apologize again. But you can purchase this hoodie, My Goals Are Time Sensitive, at AngelaJasmina.com. They are true to size. They are super, super soft, and there's only a few of them on the website. I do make these myself. If you guys are curious, most of the merch on AngelaJasmina.com is either made by myself or my husband. So for me to you and your entrepreneur goals. So go ahead and get this. This is peppermint. It is more of a aqua color. Online it looks like a mint green, but I guess it can go for either mint blue, mint green, I don't know. But it's super cute. You guys know I love my pastel colors. Okay, now let's get into this video. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna hoop the jacket. Okay, so this is gonna be my work area. So I'm gonna get tape. This is just masking tape. I'm gonna use this to find the center points on the jacket. And of course, the massive, huge jacket. This is an XL jacket, so it's kind of the biggest of the biggest of the biggest. So on here, we are going to find the center in the middle. The center, that's what center means, of the jacket. So from side to side, this jacket is, so by side to side I mean crease to crease. Okay, so from this crease to the other crease, it is 22.75 inches. So we're gonna go ahead and make it, the middle point would be about 11, what's half of 75? 38, something like that. So we're gonna make it 11, we're gonna mark the 11 and 3/8 mark on here. That would be about right here. So this is gonna give me a good idea when I put my mighty hoop on, if I have the mighty hoop on centered or not. And then I'm gonna get to my other measuring tape. I love my retractable measuring tape, but I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna measure right from under the sleeve to under the other sleeve. So this is 29 inches, so at 14.5 is where I am going to put the next piece of tape. This design isn't that big. Obviously it's not going to be the whole jacket back. 14.5. Alright, it's about right here. Okay, so they're pretty close. So the design is 11, almost 12 inches by I think 6 inches. So I don't want my design too far down. So here's the hoop I'm going to be using. And you can see on the hoop there's these knobs. So that's the center point. So when I put it, I want to make sure the knobs are centered with this side of the jacket, if that makes sense. The side of the tape, I mean. So to find the center point on the inside, because obviously you hoop from the inside, I'm going to be smart and use the zipper. If you could see, you can even see right here, the zipper pretty much lines up, or I guess it's easier for me to see than for you, but the zipper is obviously in the middle of the jacket. The zipper isn't gonna be like over here or over here unless it's like a design like that, but for a normal jacket, the zipper is normally right in the middle. So I'm gonna use the zipper as a guiding line for when I put this hoop inside. And what this tape is, this tape right here on this side is the middle point, and this tape on this side is the middle point of the hoop. So I'm gonna line this up with the zipper, and then I'm gonna put the mighty hoop, the top mighty hoop, obviously on top, so that it clips and hoops. So let's go ahead and try that out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open the middle of the hoop, or the jacket, and I'm gonna line up the hoop with the zipper. I'm gonna have to put my head in here, so yeah, sorry. I know you guys can't get the best angle, but this is what I have to do to be able to do my job properly. So I'm gonna line them up. Okay. And I wanna make sure it's not too far down, because I don't want the design obviously down here. I want the design pretty much right across the back right here, because there is a hood on the jacket. A good rule of thumb is about a hand down from the top That's pretty much where the hood will sit, because you don't want the embroidery covered, so you want it about a hand. So I really wanted to start right here and like end about right here, exactly where I put the tape. All right, so let me, this, you know, don't be upset if it takes you more than one time to hoop it, because it probably will take me more than one time to hoop it. That's just nature of this and hooping a big jacket. So I'm trying to get the wrinkles out, just flatten it so that it's a little bit easier to hoop. And like I said, I'm probably gonna have to do this more than once, and I did just realize that I do need to flip the hoop around, because we're gonna hoop this backwards on the machine so that the hood is not in the front and the hood is on the back. So I gotta do that all over again. Okay, let's try this again. Like I said, if it doesn't look straight, just do it again. Just keep doing it till you get it. Okay, so after I have it hooped, I am going to double check to make sure it's actually even. And the best way to do that is to measure how far it is on this side and how much space is on this side. Okay, so like I said, you want it to be a hand down from the top, because there is a hood on it. And you don't want to do this and be like, oh, it's going to cover the design because I put the hood down. No, when someone puts it on, the hood doesn't actually go this far down. The hood usually, you know, it'll be a little bit higher. So that's why I hoop it about right here. I'm going to try to get some of these wrinkles out from the jacket. Mind you, I'm still pushing down on the hoop just to make sure that, you know, it doesn't get unhooped. Now, here's where I'll use the clamps. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. And I'm going to clamp the corners. I will have to unzip the jacket to make it easier to clamp. And again, I'm using the clamp so that it holds the hoop together. These jackets are so heavy that even the mighty hoop isn't as strong as it normally is on the shirts I usually use. But again, this is like the only hoop that'll probably, you know, work, because the other hoops are just too thin. I'm trying to unzip it without looking, but it's not working out too well. It's because it's at the pocket part. These are like the hardest jackets ever. Perfectly. Golly. These are some thick jackets. There we go. Okay, so it's unzipped. And I'm going to flip it back over. Look how thick this is. This looks like a furniture chair. The old-fashioned ones that go on like in the movie theaters. Alright. So I'm going to put the first clip here. Alright. And the next clip is the next clip up. And the next clip, put it on this side. The safest bet is to put it on the corners. That way it's not in the way of the machine. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and put it on the machine. I do want to spray my machine and oil it. I am using 7511 needles for this. These are needles that came with the Melco. They're gold needles, so they are stronger than the other ones. So this is where you're going to see what I mean by this little bucket thing. And if your machine is older, you have dust, I would wipe this down first, the little bucket thing in here because you don't want to get dust on your garment. So let's hoop it. Also, for these jackets, you don't need stabilizer. That's for this specific jacket because it is so thick on the inside. What is a piece of stabilizer really gonna do? So that's what was advised to me. And I just realized I put the clamps on the wrong side. The clamp should be on the bottom, not the top. So please pay attention. I forgot that I was turning the whole thing around. So I'm gonna have to fix these clips and I'll be right back. Okay, so the clips have been fixed, and what I'm gonna do now is I already put this is the, I don't know, needle bar, I don't know. I'm gonna put this back so it makes a little bit more space. And then these jackets are so heavy. Being pregnant at this time would actually help so I can hold this with my stomach, but nope, no baby for me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. And you're gonna try to just get it inside of that, the bucket, I don't know what you really call this thing, the snowplow piece, which is in the back, and put it on. And I'm gonna still pull it up some more and put it in the bucket. It's easier if you like roll it towards the front. Roll it. I got one side in. And to give you a better view, if you could even see, is a bucket is like back here, this black piece, and I'm just trying to pull the jacket up and roll it so that the bottom is clear. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second, or I guess I could show you now. So under here, if you can see, I don't know if you can really see. Let me see if I can brighten it. Is it brightening at all? No. Well, under here, you don't want the jacket to be like this because then you could sew through both layers. So you're gonna try to pull everything up onto the top and tuck it into the bucket piece. And the bucket piece is this black thing in the back, like a snowplow. So I'm gonna roll the jacket up and pull it all the way up from the corners. This side's still not hooped. Let me see, there it goes. And then I'm gonna tuck it into here. So this way it's safe from getting stitched onto, stitched over, you know, stitching both sides. So be tough with it. So this still may be, yep, it's not pulled out all the way still. Sorry, this camera it's really bad at focusing. That's the biggest problem with this camera. So I need to pull it some more to make sure that the whole shirt is pulled. Because like you see, there's still like a wrinkle here, so that means there's still, I still didn't pull it enough. Right. Alright, now let's look at the bottom. Let's see, nope, we still got some more to pull. So I'm gonna keep pulling. Need two hands. Put this back. I'm pulling it all the way up so it doesn't come up. Alright, touch the bottom and see. Alright. Alright, and now I'm going to tuck it in. And I'm going to tuck again. Perfect, perfect. Alright, and this design itself isn't going to be stitching all the way back here. This design is more so on the top because it is only like 6 inches. So I'm not too worried about the back, but it's best to be safe. And yeah, so then we're going to go ahead and insert it up on the computer. Okay, now that we have it on the machine, I'm going to go ahead and I have it in the Design Shop software, which is Melco's, kind of like the digitizing software. And I'm going to assign the colors. So The red is 1938. No, it's not. The red is 1838. And then the gray is, what color is it? 1741. Oh, 1741. Alright, so I'm gonna hit apply and click OK. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load it onto the machine. File, machine, load design. And make sure I have 13 by 11 Mighty Hoop selected, because that's what I'm using. I'm gonna go ahead and center this design, so it's gonna move the machine. So it's centered. Now, because I hooped the shirt or the jacket backwards with the hood this way, I need to flip the design. Just hit the whole camera. So I'm gonna flip the design to make sure that it is upside down, 180 degrees. So it's flipping it. Just waiting on that. And speed. So for these jackets, you don't want to go super slow. So I have it set at 900 stitches per minute. Also, the active feed, which is the tension. These machines, the Melco EMT16X has the Melco EMT16X has active feed. What that means is like an auto tensioning system. It changes the tension as it's embroidering so that it's a smooth, even embroidery experience, I guess. So it helps minimize the thread breaks and everything. So the minimum preset is pretty much trying to explain how low can you go. So another way to think about the active feed, which is how much thread it's throwing into the machine. So I have it set at 9. 9 is a good active feed for this jacket. Let's say you had it set at like 20 and you're getting a lot of false thread breaks, meaning it's saying there's a thread break but there isn't. You need to lower your active feed. So I have it set at 9, and then it'll show a graph here as it's embroidering. If I need to make adjustments, I will. So speed is 900 stitches per minute. The active feed is at 9. It's flipped upside down. Now the presser foot on the machine itself, which is all the way back here, it's like a little gear. I have it 1, 2, 2 from the bottom. Okay, so make sure that the presser foot is up 2. And that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna check the machine again to make sure that the shirt is clear. Everything is clear. 7511 needles. Make sure it has the right thread colors. Needle 2 and 4. Correct. And from here, we just go ahead and we will push start and monitor it. Again, we don't need any stabilizer because this jacket is so thick. What is a little piece of stabilizer going to do? Alright, so I am going to do a trace. Let me make sure this is on all the way. Cool. I'm going to do a trace just to make sure these aren't in the way and that everything is in the correct spot. And then I'm going to take the pieces of tape off. I do want it to be about right here, so when I do the trace, I'll be able to tell. If I do need to move it up some. Alright, I want to make sure these aren't in the way. So right off the bat, it is too far down. I want to move it up. So to move it up, you hit there's a rectangle hoop button and an arrow. So I'm going to move it up. Let's see how far up. Alright, and then I'm going to do another trace. Alright, make sure this wasn't in the way. Perfect, that wasn't in the way. So this seems about a good spot. So I'm going to take the tape off. And please remember to take the tape off, otherwise you will have some tape. And then go ahead and start it. Okay, so it is a thread break. I'm pretty sure it's probably out of bobbin. Let's see if I'm right. Is it out of bobbin? Let's see. Boom. Yep. It's empty. I swore I was recording this whole time. Wow. Well, I took it off the hoop. I thought it was on camera, but I just took it off. And here it is. Look at the detail of the stitching. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And it's such a thick jacket. You gotta remember, the Melcos are workhorses. Here's the inside. Like I say, you didn't need a stabilizer for these because they're so thick. So yeah, all of these now need to get a name put on it. I need to go ahead and make, there's 2 more I need to make, but I need to put all the names on the jackets and such. But I just wanted to show you guys how to embroider a Carhartt jacket, since it is becoming winter time, so they are so popular and you'll get a lot of requests for them. So yeah, if you want a Melco, please contact Todd below, and only Todd, because he's my sales rep. His information is down below, and you guys already love Todd anyways. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Please subscribe. I need to get to 100,000 subscribers. Okay, we're almost there. We need 9,000 more. Yeah, 9,000 more. All right guys, bye.